We challenge the community to take on Settled's Nightmare Mode Challenge, with 1 hour on the clock, starting at any bank in Runescape, and with 1 billion GP on the line. Who can get the highest combat level without taking a single hit point of damage? But let's lay a few ground rules first. You've got to play on a hardcore Iron Man at 32 total level, so you can have some XP and a skill, but not level 2. And your hit points level, for all intents and purposes, is 1. Rule 2 is that you have to start with only the basic tutorial island items, and you can't use any alts. This is a true Iron Man mission. And Rule 3, the time is ticking. The challenge is for 1 hour of real time, not in-game time. So if you log out, your 1 hour is still counting down. And that's about it. We love sending the community on missions, especially solo ones. Right, Solo? That's right, who'd have guessed? He chose to start at the Barbarian Assault Bank. After unlocking the teleport for the minigame, he uses the home teleport to get back to Lumbridge and starts X marks the spot. He makes sure to box some rats as he's going outside of the castle so he can get level 2 defense, which is a very smart move, as the rats don't do any damage. And since the final step of the quest is in Draenor, he uses Count Check's one-time teleport to the Stronghold of Security. And he's deciding to go inside, a very dangerous place for hardcores that even have 10 hit points. He kicks a few more rats on the way in, trying to grab some more XP, then he gets his first reward chest and decides that that's enough and leaves. He then goes back to finishing X marks the spot. On his way through Draenor, he grabs a rope from Ned and scoops himself up a Chronicle, 2 teleports, and a Goblin paint cannon, which I am very curious to know what that's for. In case you didn't know, X marks the spot gives an XP lamp and 200 coins. He quickly drops the XP into his defense to get it to level 5, and then snags some runes from Betty with his money. Now the Barbarian Assault teleport comes in handy. Everyone knows what those items in his inventory means. It's a huge risk, but he's gonna do Waterfall quest. This quest has taken out many hardcore Iron Men, as the giants in this quest can hit up to 14 damage, and that's about 14 more than what he's allowed. And he gets stuck in the dungeon, hopping for a very long time, trying to find the perfect moment. While SoloMission tries to find a world, let's see how our next contestant, Sixthflagbearer, kicks off their run. He starts at Lumbridge Castle Bank and the dash is on. They grab a spade from the general store with the 25 GP they got from Tutorial Island, and I think we've seen this tactic before. One notable difference is that Flagbearer grabs some extra mind and air runes from the magic tutor before heading over to Veos to start X marks the spot. In no time flat, he's got the casket to finish the quest, and after taking the boat to Piscarillas, drops the XP into magic, not defense like SoloMission did. Then he immediately starts casting Windstrike on the seagulls, while throwing in a few kicks for that sweet defense XP. At 6.5 minutes in, Sixthflagbearer decides to head to the next step of the plan. So he takes the recently reworked minecart straight to House Arceus. While Flagbearer waits to get run energy back, we'll zoom over to Shom, who decided to do the Pharaoh Enclave for his bank. So Shom goes straight into the wilderness here on an account with only 1 hit point. That's a bold move, so let's hope the risk is worth the reward. He makes it to the steel plate leg spawn without any zombies tagging him, but every time he stops, he has to check to make sure. When zombies block it, he's got to hop again. And remember, the timer is constantly ticking. After grabbing over half an inventory of steel plate legs, Shom hightails it out of the wildy. He swaps the plate legs for notes and jumps into the Clan Wars portal, because teleporting from there will restore his run energy and every tick matters. A quick trip through the gate and he's rushing to Louis Legs, who will pay a little bit extra coin for those steel plate legs. He hops before every sale to make sure he can get the most amount of GP. Then he takes that large 12k cash stack and runs to Varrock, where he grabs a ton of mind and air runes. After acquiring a staff of fire from Zav, he teleports back to Pharaoh Enclave. Another few quick moves and he's running through the deep wilderness, where every monster is aggressive and will most certainly end the run. As he gets farther in, he sees someone killing the Chaos Elemental. Surely that wasn't his plan. Or was it? Back to SoloMission, who needs to make it past these bats and hobgoblins without getting hit. Let's see how he does. Incredible, didn't get hit at all, but now he still needs to go through Glariel's tomb. Here he's waiting around for about 10 minutes to make sure that aggression time hits 0, then he won't be attacked by any of the monsters while he goes and gets Glariel's urn in the coffin. This is an entire 10 minutes that he's sacrificing doing this. He managed to wait out the 10 minutes while avoiding any damage. Now he just needs to get the amulet. But this time he's not going to be waiting for the aggression timer to go down, so he needs to time this properly. And at last, the snake slithers and gets the loot. Good teleport. And now his completion of the Barbarian Assault tutorial pays off. He quickly gets back to grinding the quest, but he has to survive the Waterfall dungeon, where shadow spiders, fire giants, and skeletons can't wait to end this man's career. But Solo's always got a plan. He boxes a rat to stay in combat with a monster that can't hurt him, and skillfully dances across the room, unable to get hit by the spiders and skeletons. With just over 20 minutes remaining, he finishes Waterfall quest and wastes no time teleporting to Lumbridge to begin the final phase of the plan. Sixthflagbearer still has over 50 minutes left, but is also beginning the last phase of the plan, Arceus Library. For those who don't know, this activity lets players assist the Arceus Librarians, and you end up getting some XP for doing so. They'll give you a Book of Arcane Knowledge, which is 5 times your runecrafting level in XP, or 15 times your magic level in XP. This is a decent strat, but will it be enough? Back to Shom, it looks like the plan was lava dragons. A single misclick and the run is definitely dead here. He'll have to pay very close attention. Or you can AFK the rest of the way, I guess. Just gotta make sure you're staying alert for those PKers. That's a close one. That guy tried to attack immediately. Shom decided to get the hell out of Dodge and starts running across the wilderness with only 5 minutes left on the clock. SoloMission here, back with a vengeance, equipping his goblin paint cannon and dropping all of his loot. He's trying to save as much run energy as he can, because being behind by just a few ticks could cost him a billion GP. Now parking himself at the seagulls, the goblin paint cannon attacks every 3 ticks, and with his attack and strength at level 30 from the Waterfall quest, he starts dumping his XP into defense to scrap up as many levels as he can. Flag spent the majority of his hour grinding books of arcane knowledge at Arceus and dumping them into his magic level. With moments remaining, he got 38 magic, giving a final combat level of 21 without ever taking damage. This is well on its way to a teleblock pier, so if he wins that money, that's something he could do with it. Shom here, with less than 5 minutes left on the clock, realizing now that he was in Dino's clan's homeworld, and he's at one of their hotspots, the Chaos Altar. Having gotten 6 Lava Dragon bones, Shom gets level 16 prayer and a final combat level of 22.75. With a wilderness heavy run, that's quite the impressive feat and a route that I'm a big fan of. But SoloMission's trying even harder, and with just a few seconds left on the clock, he's still kicking away. He gets a level with only 3 seconds left. Good thing he dropped his extra weight, or he wouldn't have gotten that level. But will it matter? With Flag getting level 21 and Shom getting level 22, SoloMission did come out ahead with a combat level of 29. So I guess that last level was just a bit of overkill. All 3 of these players managed to get it this far in the game without a single hit point of damage taken. This was a fun challenge, and everybody made it farther than we expected. A huge congratulations to SoloMission and to everyone who entered. To be notified of future competitions, giveaways, announcements, make sure you join the Runescape Chronicles Discord to stay up to date on everything RuneScape. I've been your guest host, Poison Potion, or PP for short, and I'll see you guys when I see you.